Mount Eiger, a name that echoes throughout the history of mountaineering, stands proudly in the heart of the Swiss Alps. At 3,967 meters high, Eiger is more than just a part of the picturesque Bernese Oberland landscape. It is a monument to nature's resilience, inspiring awe, fear, and deep respect among climbers and nature lovers worldwide. For a long time, Eiger has been more than just a mountain. It is a legend, a place where human courage is tested against the relentless power of nature. The north face of Eiger, known as the Eiger Nordwand or simply the North Face, is one of the most difficult and dangerous obstacles in the world of mountaineering, rising almost 2 vertical kilometers from the valley floor. This sheer wall of rock and ice has been the stage for many heroic and tragic stories. Countless climbers have attempted to conquer the North Face, only to meet tragic ends, earning the wall its grim nickname, Mordwand. A play on the German Nordwand, meaning North Wall, but interpreted as Murder Wall. This name is no exaggeration but a real reflection of the dangers lurking at every step. Loose rocks, avalanches, sudden storms, and freezing temperatures that sap even the strongest spirit. The story of Eiger begins long before the modern era of mountaineering. In local culture, the mountain was viewed with deep reverence. Eiger stands side by side with Munk and Jungfrau, 2 equally famous neighboring peaks. Together, they form what is known as the Bernese Trio, often linked to folk legends. Eiger as the ogre, Munch as the monk, and Jungfrau as the maiden. In these tales, Eiger plays the role of the harsh, often unwelcoming guardian, a reflection of the mountain's real-life dangers. The first ascent of Eiger occurred in 1858 when Charles Barrington, an Irish businessman better known as a horse racer than a mountaineer, along with 2 Swiss guides, Christian Almer and Peter Boren, reached the summit via the relatively safer west side. While impressive, their climb did not involve the extraordinary challenges that would later characterize attempts on the North Face. It took decades before the world's attention fully turned to the north side of Eiger, the massive wall that seemed almost impenetrable and became the holy grail of true alpine climbing. The first attempts to conquer the North Face began in the 1930s, a time when nationalism and a spirit of expedition dominated Europe. Climbing the North Face was not merely a personal challenge, but also a matter of national pride. The year 1936 marked one of the darkest chapters in Eiger's history, when 2 German climbers, Toni Kurz and Andreas Hinterstoicer, along with 2 Austrian climbers, Willi Angerer and Edi Reiner, tried to conquer the face. They encountered terrible conditions, accidents, and ultimately a heartbreaking tragedy that resulted in the death of all 4 climbers. The story of Toni Kurz, who was left hanging by a rope, struggling alone for hours before dying, just a few meters from his rescuers, remains one of the most harrowing tales in mountaineering history. His last words, "Ich kann nicht mehr, I can't go on," echo as a symbol of human vulnerability before nature's power. It was not until 1938 that the North Face was finally conquered. Heinrich Harrer, Anderl Heckmeyer, Ludwig Würg, and Fritz Kasparek etched their names into history by reaching the summit after enduring extraordinary hardships. Their success marked a new era in extreme mountaineering. Heinrich Harrer later immortalized their experience in his famous book The White Spider, which became essential reading for future generations of climbers. Their victory was not just about technical skill or physical strength, but about incredible courage in the face of mortal danger. Over time, mountaineering technology and equipment have improved, yet Eiger retains its reputation as one of the most challenging mountains in the world. Many modern climbers attempt to ascend the North Face in record time, even using speed climbing styles. But the dangers remain the same. Sudden bad weather, falling rocks, and unstable ice conditions make the North Face as deadly as ever. Climbers seeking to conquer Eiger need more than just physical strength. They require sharp instincts, patience, and often a fair amount of luck. Beyond climbing, Eiger is also part of an extraordinary engineering achievement, the Jungfrau Railway. Built between 1896 and 1912, this railway tunnels through the mountain, carrying passengers to Jungfraujoch, the top of Europe, the highest railway station on the continent. Travelers can stop at the Eiger Wand observation windows,